This quick video is to show you how to use our Brainfuse online tutoring tool that we've just added to Canvas. You can see over here on the side, all of your classes will have this Brainfuse online tutoring link at the end of your left-hand list here. So when you click on it, it will take you to the Brainfuse site. Once you've launched the Brainfuse site, it should look something like this. You have three options. You can get live help from one of the Brainfuse tutors. These are all professional tutors that will help you in areas where you might find difficulty getting a tutor. And there are quite a few different subjects that they can do, different topics that they can help you with. And so if you're struggling with any of your classes, you might use that tool. The tutor match right here is for the Allen tutors in the Iola library. And so you can use that tool to schedule an appointment with them if you want to meet in person with the student tutors. And then we have the writing lab portion, which is how we use our online writing lab now. So this is the part that I want to show you. First of all, when you go here, you'll submit paper. We used to have a form on the Allen web page that you filled out, but now what we do is we'll go in through the Brainfuse website in order to submit your writing to the online writing lab. So the first thing you'll do is tell it what kind of paper you're writing, and then once you've selected that, then it will give you a couple of things that you're going to include. Obviously, the starred information is what you need to include. One important thing that you want to remember is that for the tutors to give you good feedback, they need to know what kind of assignment you're writing. And so providing, just copying and pasting the instructions for the essay, for example, might help right here. So that just gives them a little bit of starting point for what kinds of feedback you need. Then you also can select different areas where you feel like you're struggling with your writing, and so that also helps them with give more specific feedback on what you're working on. Finally, down here you will browse and submit your file. The files that will be accepted are these ones right here, and so it's pretty easy to put your file in here, any additional comments that you need, and then you'll submit. And when you get the results, they'll be in your message center, which is all held through Brainfuse. So once you get a response back, you'll have the paper attached, and it will either have comments from the online writing lab, or if the online writing lab has too many essays to look at, they do get overloaded a few times in the semester, then it might actually revert back to a Brainfuse tutor, and they do the same thing. So you'll get comments back on the file that you have submitted, and it will give you some feedback and suggestions for what to change. The other thing that you can do with Brainfuse, which is really helpful, is use some of these academic tools down here. And these academic tools can just help you with studying. It applies to any of your classes, but particular classes where you need to memorize things. So there are different kinds of games that you can do. There's different kinds of tests that you can do. And so those of you, for example, who are studying for one of your nursing tests or something like that, you might go in here and they have sample tests and things like that just to help you out. If you are a second language learner, you also have the opportunity to speak with people in another language and get some help in that way if something's confusing for you in the directions or something like that. So it's a really neat tutoring tool, and you have those three options, but the writing lab is the one that you'll be using for your English classes. And so just like I showed you how to submit a paper, it works the same way that the form did. And then once you get the response back, you should be able to download your file, look at the comments, and be able to submit that to the class if it's a required assignment, or be able to use it to change your paper if it's not. So this video has just shown you how to use the Brainfuse online tutoring service that we now have at Allen.